Hey everyone, Vanessa Canavero, your mindset coach, coming at you from the car on a beautiful sunny day on Vancouver Island. So, self-limiting beliefs. Those guys are stinkers. They're the little kind of naggy guys that hang out in the back of your mind, at the back of your head, and they're causing doubt all over the place. So what are they? Well, self-limiting beliefs are actually presumptions that you've made about yourself or about the world that aren't totally accurate. So an example would be, as a child, you were struggling in math, you failed a math test, and your teacher says, oh, you seem to be having difficulties in math, so therefore you draw the assumption that you suck at school, and then you struggle through school. Or as you get older, it could be you apply for a job and you think, oh, there's no way I'm going to get this job. I'm not employable or I'm not qualified for it. So therefore you don't get the job because you actually kind of crashed on the interview because you've already set up that little assumption that you weren't going to get it because you weren't qualified for it. So those are kind of a few kind of simple examples of what self-limiting beliefs are. Now they can be something that developed in childhood, and it could be because of a situation like I had explained, the math one, or it could be something that you've actually inherited from your parents or your peer group or your family members, maybe from hearing conversations they had and the beliefs they had, so then you naturally picked it up, which it's what it is. We've all been there, and it's all something that we've all had to deal with. So here's a few kind of handy little tips about how to recognize those self-limiting beliefs and kind of shoosh them away so they're not always nagging at you in the back of your mind. So to identify them. So let's say that you have an example, like I had said, a job interview, and you're scared and you're like, oh, I got this interview coming up, and you do other things other than prepare for the interview because you don't think you're going to get the job. So you decide you're going to go out and you're going to go shopping to find the perfect interview outfit, when in fact you really don't need the outfit. You should have spent the time prepping for the interview. So therefore you kind of self-sabotaged the interview because you weren't prepared for it, and of course you didn't get the job because you didn't think you were going to get the job. So that's an example of what self-limiting beliefs can do for you. So identify them. So let's say you're having a situation like a job interview and you're starting to feel nervous and you're starting to get anxious and worried about it. Stop, take account of how you're feeling, and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Is it honestly because I think I'm not qualified for it? Or is it honestly because I think I'm not going to get the job? Or is it honestly because I'm actually just scared? I'm actually worried about putting myself out there and setting myself possibly up for failure. So just kind of look at it, look it in the eye, and deal with it for what it is and talk yourself through it. Other things you can do with self-limiting beliefs is, once you've identified them and you've looked at them, is you want to replace that belief. So an example would be, I'm a failure. I'm never going to get this. I'm never going to make money. I'm never going to succeed because I failed before. You can switch that to, okay, I have experience now. Things maybe didn't work out the way I had according to planning it, but I've learned from it. And now I can move on from, I know not what I don't want to do again. So that's an example of things you can do with self-limiting beliefs. But just remember, you can reprogram your mind. Just like you programmed your mind to bring that little limiting belief in, you can reprogram it to kick it the heck out of there. So identify what your self-limiting beliefs are, because those are the stinkers that are holding you back. They're stopping you from becoming the you are meant to be and living the life, however that life is, living it fully to your full potential and loving it the way you should be living, because life is all about happiness and all about living it. So thank you guys. Have the most amazing day. And remember, dream big always, always. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye.